Welcome to Akashic Records. From the Unveiled Mysteries by the Ascended Master Saint Germain Vegetarian, Part 1 of 2 on Words of Wisdom. Guy Warren Ballard was a United States mining engineer and co-founder, together with his wife Edna Ann Wheeler Ballard, of the I Am spiritual movement, inspired by his life-changing meeting with the Ascended Master Saint Germain. One morning in 1930, Mr. Ballard, led subconsciously by his inner spiritual longing, went on a hike on beautiful Mount Shasta, located in the western US, where according to legend, a group of divine adepts reside, or could be seen. His sincerity and deep longing for the truth led to a profound experience that day. He was blessed by the appearance of the beloved Master Saint Germain. Following this enlightening encounter, Mr. Ballard devoted his life to spreading the Master's wisdom, according to his capacity. From Master Saint Germain's dictations and teachings, Mr. Ballard wrote a series of books under the pseudonym Godfrey Ray King. Master Saint Germain's imparted spiritual knowledge was the basis for many lectures given by Mr. Ballard, as well as for the founding of the I Am religious activity in the early 1930s. By the 1938, it had up to 1 million followers. Today, the volumes documenting the valuable mysteries revealed by the Ascended Master to Godfrey Ray King are still a fascinating spiritual gem for many across the globe. The three most famous volumes are titled Unveiled Mysteries, The Magic Presence, and the I Am Discourses. Ascended Master Saint Germain is deeply venerated among the Theosophical Society as he represents the establishment of the Aquarian Age, an era that we are privileged to be witnessing. He is also identified with the Count of Saint Germain, a mysterious European figure who possessed a great inner knowledge and was called immortal by some due to his everlasting youth. Today we are pleased to present excerpts from Godfrey Ray King's book, Unveiled Mysteries, wherein Saint Germain leads Mr. Ballard on a journey to the Royal Teton, where the Akashic records of the past, present, and future are kept. Excerpts from Chapter 3, The Royal Teton. It was just growing dark on the evening of the 5th day, when there was a sound of tapping on the window of my room. I looked out, and on the window sill stood a snow-white dove with a tiny card in its mouth. I stepped to the window and opened it. The dove walked in and stood calmly waiting. I took the card and read the message, which was written in a beautiful script in gold ink on a white card. On it were the words, "Be at our meeting place at 7 in the morning, signed Saint Germain." As soon as I had taken the card, the dove flew to my shoulder and rubbed its head against my face as if conveying a message of love, flew again to the window and was gone like an arrow. I put the card away carefully, hoping it would remain, but the next morning, as I looked for it before starting on my hike, it had been dissolved. To make the hike of 10 miles and be there at 7 in the morning, I arose early and was on my way at 3 o'clock. By walking rapidly, I reached the forest just at daybreak. I had not gone far until a plaintive cry came to my ears. Before realizing it, I answered in the same tone, so involuntary was my response. There was a rush of something through the timber, and my friend the panther bounded toward me, the very embodiment of joy. I patted it, and together we proceeded on our way to the meeting place. Promptly at 7 o'clock, Saint Germain stepped right out of the atmosphere, greeting me with open arms. He handed me the crystal cup filled this time with a clear sparkling liquid. I drank it and the taste was not like anything I had ever physically experienced before. It was almost like the juice of grapefruit, iced but sparkling and effervescing. The moment I drank it, a sensation like lightning went through my body, carrying the feeling of its sparkling activity into every vein. Saint Germain then gave the panther a little brown cake which it quickly devoured. In a moment its hair stood straight up and he remarked, "Your friend will never again kill deer. For the coming experience and instruction, it will be necessary to leave your body here on the mountainside because you have not yet called forth the inner power enough to enable you to take it where we are going today. The panther will be the guard for you, and as an extra precaution, I will place the cloak of invisibility around both. We will go to the royal Teton." Calm. The whole atmosphere was one of the magnificence and beauty. Words utterly failed to convey that which my eyes beheld and my feelings experienced. It took me some moments to become accustomed to the dazzling sight and the splendor of my surroundings. A soft white light, which Saint Germain explained was an omnipresent force that the great ones always used for light, heat and power, flooded the entire place. The arched ceiling, rising some 10 feet higher than the side walls, was inlaid with a most unique design. Directly in the center was a disc of gold at least 12 feet in diameter. Filling it so that the points touched the circumference, blazed a 7-pointed star composed entirely of yellow diamonds. A solid mass of brilliant golden light. Radiating from the central sun were 2 rings of color, each about 12 inches wide, forming a definite band of light around the star, and of these, the inner band was rose pink, and the outer an intense violet. The background against which this star lay looked like golden frost, the star itself sending down long rays of gleaming crystal light. Around this design were placed 7 smaller discs, each about 2 feet in diameter, representing the planets of our system, and the 7 rays of color within the spectrum of white light. As I learned later, at certain times for special purposes, great cosmic beings pour through these discs their powerful currents of force. Here it is received by the great, illumined and unselfish ones known as the Ascended Masters of Light, who again send it forth to the humanity of our Earth. This radiation affects the 7 ganglionic centers within every human body on our planet, as well as all animal and plant life. In the center at the far end of the hall, about 35 feet from the floor in the wall itself, was a large eye at least 2 feet across. This represented the all-seeing eye of the Creator, forever watching over his creation and from whom nothing can be hidden. Perhaps 40 feet from the far end on the east wall, stretching about 70 feet in length and 30 feet in height, was a panel of some precipitated material. It had been placed a little more than 5 feet above the floor level and sunken into the side wall. The substance composing it looked like beautiful velvet of a deep indigo blue, yet it was not a fabric of any kind. The nearest physical material to which one would compare it would be that of a mineral. This substance is not in use in the outer world of mankind anywhere, but it can be and is sometimes precipitated by the great ascended masters of light for a special purpose. Saint Germain explained that the panel had been precipitated and served as a universal mirror for the instruction of initiates and inner members of a group of highly evolved beings. These great ones work ceaselessly, helping the humanity of our earth to become perfected men and women, and enable them to manifest in their outer lives the same great perfection and dominion as did Jesus Christ. There is no outer organization of these perfected beings. Only by living and expressing this perfection through self-correction of human weaknesses and full adoration to the divine being within can an individual draw himself into association with those working at this high level of attainment. Upon this panel, said Saint Germain, are projected scenes of Earth, pictures in the ethers, the Akashic records, and activities taking place on Venus or at any other point which those instructing wish to make visible to the students. Such scenes are not only pictures of the past and present, but can portray activities into the far future. For more information on the Ascended Master Saint Germain, the I Am Teachings, and Godfrey Raking's books, please visit saintgermainfoundation.org or saintgermainfoundation.ch.
Think a vegetarian can't go to basically any fast food joint and order up a storm? Think again. Most days I order fast food and I have found a way to satisfy my veggie diet just about anywhere. Zendaya, vegetarian.
Delightful viewers, thank you for watching today's Words of Wisdom.